Fix TV. I'm Piperazzi. This episode's gonna be totally awesome. So here's the dealio, yo. You guys have been asking about the delays between Piper's Fix episodes. Well, if you've been following us on Twitter, then you know what's up. If you're not, and you should be, then you don't know we went back to Hollywood. We posted the pics and we got some Piperific episodes on the way. And that's not all, folks. Piper's Fix TV has relocated. Big time. Piper's Fix TV is coming to you from La La Land, baby. Thanks to you. Thank you. So this episode's gonna totally rock your socks. They're rocking, baby. We've covered Phineas and Ferb, and we've even talked to Dan and Swampy. But today, we're talking to one of the coolest animated dudes in all of Disney family. Phineas himself, Vincent Martella.
Hey, Piper, I know what we're gonna do today.
What?
We're gonna do an interview.
That's an awesome idea, Vincent.
She's like the future of webisodes and web shows.
Isn't that cool? This is Piper's Picks. So Vincent, how did you end up doing Phineas's voice? Were you just walking around talking like that and someone heard you?
Disney sent over the script for Phineas and Ferb, and I went through a couple different voices that I thought might be good for the role, and that was the one I ended up doing in the audition, and now it's what I do every episode.
Do you ever get together with the rest of the cast from the show?
Yeah, well, I see Mitchell Musso a lot, and Ashley Tisdale. I've known her for a few years. We worked together on another Disney pilot, and Allison Stoner's great. We run into each other all over the place, and we actually all went to London together to promote Phineas and Ferb last year. And Swampy and Dan are great. I mean, I see them all the time, and we try to get together as much as we can.
Yeah, I hear that Dan and Swampy are pretty cool. What's your favorite episode so far?
I think my favorite episode would be Dude, We're Getting the Band Back Together.
Yeah, I like that episode too. Although I would think you would pick the newer ones, but I didn't think of that episode. That's a really good episode.
Thank you.
Vanessa's one of my favorite characters. What do you think of her?
Well, I think that Phineas might just be a little bit cooler sometimes.
But Vanessa's great. I mean, I think it was awesome that they gave Dr. Doofenshmirtz a daughter who thinks he's so uncool and doesn't enjoy his job at all.
This one's for my friend Emily. Who's Candace's favorite brother?
Probably Perry the Platypus. She prefers him over both Phineas and Ferb. She's always trying to bust them, and I mean, at the end of the day, though, they all realize that they're a really happy family, and I think she probably cares for Phineas and Ferb about equally, and they always stick up for each other.
Do you think Phineas ever catches on that Candace wants to bust them?
I think he's thought about it a few times, but he honestly believes, I mean, he doesn't think he's doing anything wrong. He usually asks for permission in some way to his parents to do something. He never wants to make his parents or his sister mad at him. I mean, they're always trying to do the best thing and have the most fun, so I never really think that he looks at it as a negative thing.
Still, I was wondering if Phineas is available for a few questions.
Of course he is.
Don't you think the mom and dad should think it's cool that you guys can build all that stuff?
I sure hope so. I mean, half the time we're building out of things we find around the house. Like that time we turned my mom's car into that remote-control race car. That was totally awesome.
What's your favorite song to sing?
I think my favorite song so far has probably been Gitchy Gitchy Goo. I wrote it that morning and got to sing it with my sister. It was cool.
I sing that with my brother in the car all the time.
Do you want to sing it right now with me?
Okay, I do Candace's part.
All right, let's try it. Bow, chicka, bow, wow.
That's what my baby said.
Meow, meow, meow.
And my heart starts pumping.
Chicka, chicka, chew up.
Never gonna stop.
Gitchy, gitchy, goo means that I love you. I said a bow, chicka, bow, wow.
That's what my baby said.
Meow, meow, meow.
And my heart starts pumping.
Chicka, chicka, chew up.
Never gonna stop. Gitchy, gitchy, goo means that I love you.
That was awesome.
I don't think you noticed this yet, Phineas, but I think Isabella has a little bit of a crush on you.
You think so, really? I mean, I saw those hearts coming around her eyes and things like that, but I never thought anything of it.
What do you think about Ferb as a friend or a brother?
Well, see, Ferb is a man of action. He's a really great guy and a lot of fun. I'm so happy we're brothers. He helps me make things every single day of summer vacation. It's totally awesome.
Phineas, I've really been trying to figure out where Perry went. What do you think?
Well, what do you mean? Well, hey, Where's Perry?
Some of our viewers don't know that you're in another big show. Can you tell us about it?
Sure. Well, I'm on a show on the CW network called Everybody Hates Chris, and it's a show about the comedian Chris Rock's life as a child growing up in Brooklyn in the 1980s. And I play his best friend and only friend, Greg Williger.
Which is more fun? Everybody Hates Chris or Phineas and Ferb?
Well, I think they're both probably around the same amount of fun because one is live action and one is animation.
I would think Phineas and Ferb would be easier because if you really needed to, which you probably don't, you could sit there with the script in your hands.
There's no cameras. I could be in there in my pajamas, and I could just go in there with no hair and makeup, anything. I could just go in there and have a good time.
I would think it would be easier dressed up as Phineas.
You think so?
Yeah, because then you'd feel Phineas.
You know what? I think you're right. I might pitch that to Dan and Swampy and see if we can all dress up as our characters, thus getting more into the role and bringing a little bit more into the piece, right?
Maybe, like, you can pick a date for every month and you can dress up.
That's a good point. We'll really be method voiceover actors.
So it can be like a Phineas and Ferb holiday.
It'd be the coolest thing ever.
So, do you have any brothers or sisters?
I do. I have 2 brothers, an older brother and a younger brother, and an older sister.
Is that your younger brother right there?
That actually is my younger brother. Here, why don't you come over here real quick?
Hi, can you tell us what your name is?
My name is Alex Martella.
Do you ever want to get into acting?
I think acting would be so cool to get into. I would definitely love to get into acting. Yes, I would.
Can you give us your best Phineas impression?
He's the master, but I'll try. So, Ferb, what do you want to do today?
That's pretty close.
He was really close. He was a lot closer than other people, I will say that.
Does your brother ever think of you as a platypus?
I'd have to say no to that because, well, I'm his brother, not a platypus.
And he speaks.
Yeah, and I'm
not.
not a secret agent either.
It sounds like you speak a lot more than Ferb does.
Yes, I'm not a man of action. I'm a man of words, just like Phineas, not Ferb.
Thank you so much for coming on.
No problem, anytime.
So, if you've seen our show, you know we've got some cooler, cuter questions for you. Are you ready?
Sure.
We're giving you a chance to bail out Phineas. Dan and Swampy said Ferb is cooler. So who's cooler, Phineas or Ferb?
I'd have to say my brother Ferb. He has a lot of really cool tools, and he only says about 2 things every single day, but they're really, really smart, intelligent things. I mean, that sounds like a really cool guy to me.
Who's cuter, Isabella or Candace?
I'd have to say Isabella. Isabella's probably cuter. I mean, she has the what you doing. That voice is just, it's quite adorable.
Who's cooler, Alston Stoner or Ashley Tisdale?
I'd give him about the same amount of coolness because, see, Ashley, I mean, has an amazing singing voice, and she's really talented at screaming for a really long time because, you know, Candace has to scream a lot, and her voice holds up so well. And now Allison, I don't know if you've ever seen her dance before, but she is probably one of the best dancers you're ever going to see in your entire life. I mean, she is really cool. I mean, she teaches kids dance, she teaches everybody dance, and she's amazing.
Who's cuter, Perry or Candace?
Well, probably Perry, because, come on, what's cuter than a platypus?
Who's cooler, Dan or Swampy?
Once again, probably the same amount of cool. I'm going to go with the politically correct answer there. Probably the same amount of cool. Dan directs almost all of our episodes, I'm pretty positive. I mean, he directs so many episodes, and he came over from Family Guy, which I think was really cool. They both worked on The Simpsons, and then Swampy is a master surfer. I don't know if you know that, but he's telling me he's going to teach me how to surf one day, and I'm holding him to that, and it's going to be a lot of fun. He's going to teach me how to surf.
Yeah, you kind of look like a surfer.
Yeah, do I?
I don't know about learning surfboard lessons from Swampy because he has a big sharkboard in his board.
Yes, he does. He does. Apparently he had a little accident.
Who's the cutest, Isabella, Candace, or Vanessa?
I'd probably still have to say Isabella. I mean, we've been friends for a really long time. And see, as Phineas, I've never actually met Vanessa in the show.
Who's cooler, Jeremy or Mitchell Musso?
Mitchell Musso. He's very, very multi-talented, and he was in Monster House. We were talking about that before, which is really cool, and an awesome animated movie. And, I mean, he's doing Hannah Montana, which is hysterical.
Can you tell us where your fans can find you online?
They can just go to my website, which is vincentmartella.com. Just look me up anytime.
I wanted to thank you so much for being on the show.
No, thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it. I'm a huge fan of your show.
You did a really good job.
Thank you very much, Piper. Hey, Ferb, want to say anything to Piper? No, I think he's okay.
Vincent might even be cooler than Phineas himself. Well, I got a jet, Dudette. Don't forget to check us out on Twitter and Facebook. Also, the Phineas and Ferb CD is awesome, so check it out. Congratulations, Johnny from Tiki Bar TV. Why'd you forget to record? Really? Yippee Tayo! Does your sister like to wear makeup?
I think she's beautiful without it, but I believe she does wear a little bit.
Swim along with the snorks.
Well, she went like this. A little.
I control Twitter and Facebook.
If you guys don't have anything to do today, then you should watch Piper's Picks. Well, as long as Phineas and Ferb isn't on.